So we're back at it again with the second part to the video. Music that you should be listening to during the quarantine. And for this last part, I knew it was gonna be longer because I have to explain myself a little bit. So maybe not longer, but like this part is gonna have a little bit more thought put into it. So for this section, I have underrated albums, and the first one I got coming in is The Great Milenko, or I think that's how you say that, Malenko, by the Insane Clown Posse. Now, I'm not really into the Insane Clown Posse like that, but that album was decent. You know, like I thought it was good. Like the thing about music from like other like states is like it's weird because like I don't explain it. Like they have like different sounds. You know what I mean? Like I feel like the Great Milenko has like it's like a combination of everything. It has sounds from East Coast, West Coast, Southern music. Like I feel like it's like a great like it has everything in it. You know, from every other part of the country or whatever, right? I don't know. I thought it was good. I don't like Insane Clown Posse like that, but that album was decent, and they have some other good songs too. But I don't really listen to the music because of people it's associated with. You know, juggalos and white trash and all that shit. And then the next album is 90s Kid by King Little G. And I mean, King Little G, I feel like he's like a little whiny bitch, but like for the most part, like his music is alright, you know? Like this album, 90s Kid, and the one after that, I think it's AK-47 Boys. Those were good, but I like 90s Kid better. And I feel like King Little G, I want to say he's been like blacklisted, or not blacklisted, what do they call it? Yeah, blacklisted from the community or whatever, but, or not the community, but the industry, but I feel like he gets a lot of like, I feel like the big mainstream media just ignores him. Like he's good and all that, like he's like, you know, pure West Coast, like he's as West Coast as they come, just with a little, you know, different because he's Mexican, but he doesn't make the stereotypical like, you know, ASA, what's up, Holmes. He doesn't make like that music, but it's still good music. And another underrated album that I put is The Carter, the first one, the original Carter. And the reason why I put Carter on there is because I feel like Lil Wayne fans, I feel like forget about the original Carter, because the Carter I feel like completely changed after the second one. And but the first one was a classic. And another point that I forgot to say about Lil Wayne is I feel like people don't want to blame him for, oh yeah, today's rap, you know, he's the one that ruined it and woo 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 all this shit, right? But like no, like this nigga, like first of all, even his new music is good, except Funeral. Even his new music is good. So how y'all gonna say like, oh yeah, he just comes out with a bunch of trash? Like no, like, and Drake isn't that bad either. Nicki Minaj, you know, has something different. She's like a pop artist, a feature artist, but like Wayne is talented, and a lot of people overlook his original music. But yeah, and then For Your Eyes Only, I know a lot of like, I'm not a J. Cole fan. Like I've legit hated on him. Like you can ask anybody that knows me. Like I do not like his music, but this album, I liked it. I like 2014 Forest Hills Drive, and this album, the 2014 Forest Hills Drive. You know that one. It was like decent. I thought it was alright. But this album, I don't know why I liked it so much, but I liked it mainly for the beats, to be honest. I don't know. I thought the beats on it was good. I thought the flows were nice, but like the message behind it was kind of dumb because it's for your eyes only. And you would think that like you would think it'd be one of those albums that are released when after somebody dies or something, but like no, because the message is kind of dumb. Because I guess it's him like telling his daughter like, oh, whatever, woo woo woo, all this, that he's been through and whatever. But I don't know. I like the beats, I don't know. I like hip hop when they put like that, like jazz, when they fuse it with like jazz. Now for my other, oh no, hold on, I was about to go into the other part. I almost missed an album. 90059 by what's the artist? Oh, J Rock. Well, I was gonna say Jay Z, wrong J. 90059. I don't know. I feel like if you're a Top Dog Entertainment fan, like you know the album if you're into those artists. But if you're not, I highly recommend you check this album out. I mean, I'd say a good like 80% of the songs on there are like good, like fun and decent to listen to. Cause some artists have like good albums, but like there's tracks on it that are like, just skip that. I don't even like it. But I know like the whole album, like the majority of the album was good. Considering he's like more like a lesser known artist, I think it was like amazing. Now we're gonna go down to probably the most controversial part of this little mini series that I came up with. This is the new section, masterpieces. The first part of the masterpieces, well, the first album that I put, which I know a lot of you guys will agree with, is "To Pimp a Butterfly" by Kendrick Lamar. I mean, I was gonna make a 5-year anniversary on that album, like a review slash like commentary or whatever. But then it's like I got lazy, so when it happened, when I found out that it's the 5th anniversary, I didn't do it. So yeah, that's that. But yeah, a lot of people will agree that that album is a masterpiece. Anthony Fantano. I mean, I know he's whatever, but he even gave it a 10 out of 10, and like that nigga does not give out a lot of 10 out of 10 out of like the hundreds of albums that he's reviewed or listened to. That's what makes it 10 out of 10. Like, I'm telling you, that album was amazing. Another one is My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy by Kanye West. I don't know, I liked it. I thought the whole thing was perfect, because the thing about Kanye is that Kanye comes out with music that I either really, really, really like, or music that I think is just trash. Like College Dropout, I don't think it was that good. There was like 2 or 3 good songs on there. What was it called? Homecoming? Can't even remember. I'm such a fake fan. Hold on, let me see. Let me look up his music real quick. Hold on. We could have a little conversation about Kanye. Hold on. Kanye. Okay. We're gonna look at his discography. Oh, and then he's got singles too. I forgot about the singles. College Dropout was okay. Oh no, I got it wrong. No. Late Registration, I didn't like. College Dropout, the album, his first album, I liked. 808s and Heartbreaks was okay. Graduation was great. My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy was amazing. Watch the Throne was good. Kanye West presents good music, Cruel Summer. I didn't like that. Yeezus, I loved Yeezus. The Life of Pablo, I loved The Life of Pablo. Yay, I didn't like. Kids See Ghosts, I didn't like. And Jesus is King, I didn't like either. See, like his music. Oh, and then I forgot the singles too. I love it. It was a fun, goofy track. 4 or 5 seconds, I loved. Only One, I thought was amazing. And a lot of these like are good. A lot of his music is good, but like a lot of it's bad too. Like, I don't know. When it comes to Kanye, I'm like real bipolar. It's like I either like it or I don't like it. So that's that. Now my next masterpiece is the Marshall Mathers LP, which I feel like is Eminem's like, what's it called, magnus opus. That's It's like the album to listen to. It's just, I mean, it's a classic. You know, I list it as a classic, but it's also just an amazing album and one of his best works. Now, another masterpiece that I know a lot of people are gonna be like, man, why you put that on there, man? Is My Crazy Life by YG. I don't know. I just thought that like corny thug storytelling was good, and then like you have that West Coast like beat to go with it. You know, the West Coast vibe and all that. I feel like when that album came out, I feel like it was coming out during a time where like trap and drill or all that music is starting to get big, and like this nigga YG just came out with My Crazy Life. And, you know, there's a lot of good songs in there. Left, Right, um, Who Do You Love? I mean, all the songs on that album I feel like were good. The only one here, let me look up that album real quick. The only song on there that we're not counting the deluxe, by the way. The My Nigga song was the first one, the first part or the original song really wasn't like. I mean, it was good, but it got memed so bad that like you couldn't listen to it without people thinking that you were like just trying to be goofy or whatever. So the remix was, you know, better. I liked it better because it had, you know, different artists. But Thank God, yeah. Oh, is it Thank God? Oh no, 1 a.m. That's like the only like underwhelming track on there. Other than that, I mean, the whole album was amazing. I mean, my nigga, like, yeah, you know, the storytelling, you could say, oh, yeah, it's a little corny, whatever, but, like, nigga, like, it was good. Like, I think this album brought back the West Coast. Like, at that time, I feel like he brought back the West Coast. Definitely. I don't care what anybody says, but at that time, he brought back the West Coast. And I know Kendrick was, you know, doing his thing, but I feel like Kendrick wasn't like, but Kendrick has always been like the, you know, the conscious rap. Like I feel like conscious rappers, whether you're from the East, West, South, you know, Chicago, Detroit, you know, wherever you're from, I feel like conscious rappers like are in their own little world where you can't really say like, oh yeah. I mean, I guess you can, but like obviously, you know, Eminem, you know, who's a conscious rapper from out east? Fuck, can't think right now. Uh, Nas, I guess, but Nas is like a pioneer though. Shit, I can't even think, but like Logic, you know, he's from out east. Joyner Lucas, I don't know where he's from. Uh, uh, J. Cole, isn't he from? I don't know. He's from North or South Carolina. Like I feel like, obviously they get influence from their own little states or part of the U.S. that they're from, but like, I feel like conscious rappers are in their own little world. So like you can't really like. I mean, you could put them. You could list them as, oh, you know, he's from East, West, you know, Midwest, or you know, wherever. But I don't know. I thought he brought back the West Coast, like the G Funk gangster rap. But yeah, that's what you should be listening to during the quarantine.